reading for the last half of May. Last half of May. Lord have mercy. It was going to be the second half of May, but I didn't get this done in time, so now it's just the rest of May. And this is very much so giving like the vibes of what you don't see coming type of energy. If you already listened to the Gemini season reading, in that reading, there were some messages that are popping up in this reading that kind of go together. I mentioned in that reading that it looks like these things could be happening in the beginning of Gemini season, and this confirms it. So over the next 2 weeks, which is like the first half of Gemini season and the last half of May, you're getting the rewards from the work that you've already done. In that reading, we talked about you not pouring into things in the same way. It's reiterated here. You're going to be walking away completely from things that are imbalanced for you. Anything that takes away your energy and is not refilling it. So like it's almost like you have a leakage. You feel what I'm saying? It's an energy leak and you're going to be sealing it up. It's one thing if it is a reciprocal thing. If two people are like pouring into each other or connected at the same like fountain spout, right? But if one person is pouring and pouring and pouring, or has a leak that's pouring into other people, at what point is that person being poured back into, and from where? Okay. You've done a lot of the work required already, pouring good, light, positive energy into yourself. This looks like a lot of getting into the flow state. This looks like a lot of releasing. This looks like a lot of surrendering. And this looks like a lot of prioritizing self through listening to self. This is a person who has gotten to a state where they vibrate at a very clean frequency because that's who they are, not because they are trying to shift or change situations, the dynamics around them, or like manipulate energy. Because sometimes we can see this energy come through when it's an overgiving because they are trying to get something from other people. Sometimes it could be an overgiving because they are lacking their own self-worth perspectives. Last reading talked about self-worth. This is just reiterating it. And this energy coming up, this card and the higher vibrational energy, is talking more about a person who has gotten themselves into the flow state. They have completely surrendered. They are going with what is in divine order and alignment for them. Although they may look at things that they know that are not in alignment with them and have some sort of longing for those things. Their focus is on themselves and investing into things that are healthy and things that are going to grow. You're also being told that as you close out the next 2 weeks of Gemini, or excuse me, of Lord have mercy, as you close out the next 2 weeks of May, expect to have some sort of return on your investments. Again, this looks like there is a very clear, solid closing out a cycle of being in your head about something. Now, everybody has different things that they've been in their head about. 3s and 2s on the clock. It could be anything. It could be you with other people. This really looks more like you, how you see yourself, though, and how you perceive you and how you perceive that you are being perceived by other people. There's a getting out of your head and walking away from that type of worry or concern altogether, and more appreciating of self. Just know that things that you poured into that didn't quite yield the results that you wanted them to are not all lost. It looks like you've decided, I'm not pouring into anything at all if it don't look how it need to look, because I've already poured into it. Some of the things, though, are actually sprouting, and some of them actually do gotta go. There could be up to like 5, 6, 7 different things that we're talking about here across many different areas of life, or in one area of life. It could be anything, but it's plenty. Okay. And some of them, yes, they had to go, but there are some of them that you've poured energy into that you're going to see it wasn't in vain. But what had to happen was you had to stop giving to it. It's like you were almost going to overwater your plant and drown it. You feel what I'm saying? And so don't do that. You don't need to pour into anything else for these next 2 weeks, but yourself and things that are actually noticeably balanced. Don't do anything else. I'm not going to say wait, because I'm not a fan of telling people to waste their minutes of life waiting. But we can be preoccupied with other things while something else is being prepared, right? So if you have something that's baking in the oven and you know it's going to take 45 minutes, are you going to stand at the oven for 45 minutes and keep opening it and looking in the light? Or are you going to cook another meal? Or are you going to go sit the fuck down for a minute? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what this energy is asking you to do over these next couple of weeks. Anything that you have been, again, stressed or worried about that has to do with some sort of stability in your life. This could be a leveling up of a relationship, or this could be anything in your home. Maybe you were trying to move. Maybe you were trying to keep your home. Maybe you're trying to furnish your home. I don't know. It's something that is related to your home family life that is going to stabilize itself, and things are going to pick up quickly. And so just prepare yourself for things to pick up quickly. There's information being gathered around you regarding you to help you move forward with whatever this is. And so let's say this is work related. Whoever does the hiring or pay raises is assessing you right now. If this is you buying a house, whoever the bank is looking at your stuff right now, or the person you're buying it from is making sure that you're the person that they want to sell it to and your paperwork's legit. Like, it's something like that. You could have been waiting a minute for this to come through. You could have been waiting like up to 4 weeks, 4 years, 4 months, 9 months, 9 weeks. It's a long waiting period. But once it comes through and this information is had, then boom, things take off, and you're going to go from an imbalance of over giving to where you're in a deficit to the ultimate fulfillment for yourself. So this could look like having no money, and then when you waking up, you're boom, a millionaire, right? That can happen for people. I know it may sound bizarre, but things like that do happen. This could be like you are sad that you are single, and then boom, you go outside and you run smack dab into the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Like, it could be anything, but there is a definite leveling up. There is whoever is leveling up with you or helping you to reach this level up, or whatever this is, it comes from your past efforts and a recognition of your value of self, which pours into other people seeing your value, which turns into you having the ultimate materialized fulfillment. All right. And when we say ultimate materialized fulfillment, what do I mean by that? Everybody kind of has an ideal type of life that they want to lead, right? And some of the cards in this deck talk about getting to that journey and what that looks like. And you have multiple cards in this deck that came out in this reading that point to that. There is one version of this where it is a very ethereal type of conceptual thing of the desire. And there's another variation of that card, which is actually the actual materialized, lived out version of that. You are going to be moving into the material lived out version of that. And so that's what the next 2 weeks of May is going to bring you. If you have not already, go check out the Gemini season reading, and I will be back with another reading for you guys for the full moon in Sagittarius, which is a rare blue moon that happens on May 31st. If you're interested in doing any type of shadow self integration, this is the time to order the shadow self integration reading that I will be doing for the full moon on May 31st. Go to oracleoya.com. And with that, sending y'all lots of love, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.